So for this project, I'm using this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It is Soft and Sleek DK. You can use whatever yarn you want, just pay attention to the size. This one is a size 3, which is slightly smaller than most standard yarns. It calls for a 4.5 millimeter hook. I couldn't find mine, so I just used the 4 millimeter hook. And then you'll also want a button, whatever size you want. I think mine was about 1/2 inch. So you start with a slip knot, and then you're going to chain 80 stitches. When you get to the end of that, turn. You're going to single crochet back, and this will be your first. Do 3 rows. So your chain row and then 3 rows of single crochet, just back and forth. So on your 4th row, we're going to add the buttonhole. So you're going to chain 1 and turn, and then you're going to do 2 stitches. You're going to chain 2, and then you're going to do the last. And those first 5 stitches on your end of the row will be the button space. If you're using a different size button than I used, I will have the variations for that in a few minutes. So go ahead and finish that row across, and then to do 2 more solid rows. And this is where we are at. Like I said, I've got 5 stitches on this side and 5 on this side are accounted for the overlap there. So now we are going to start the piece that folds and goes down. So we're going to start the same as the other rows, chain 1, and we are going to work back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the overflap section. And now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 5, 5, and we're going to wrap once, and we're going to do a double crochet right in that same stitch. 1, 2. So we have this. So there's 2, then we're going to chain 2, skip 2, make 2, chain 2, skip 2, make 1, make 2. That looks like this. So we're going to work that down to the other end. There is the first row done. Got my 5 stitches left. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to wrap it 1, 2 times. Go into the same stitch we just did. 1, 2, 3. So that's the other side of it. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it. Okay, and then we're going to do 1, 2, and 1, 2. So there's my 2 double crochets into this space. So we're going to chain 2, and then do 2 more into this space. There we go. And we're going to continue down to the other end. So I'm back at the end here. Same 2 double crochets in there. chain 2, and then we're going to wrap it twice for this last one and make it into that same loop. So you're just going to do that back and forth, back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn. Continue on. Now you can see each row it gets a little bit wider on each side. That's going to give it the little flap point there. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. I wanted to make it pretty big. You can do less or more if you want to. And that's pretty much it. You can cut this and weave in your ends and sew your button on. And this goes like this. This goes like this. And you button it on. And there it is. It's a pretty simple project overall when you do a pattern like this. Before I actually finish it up though, I wanted to throw out a couple ways to change it up if you want to do something a little bit different. I mean, I like it's kind of like her signature checker pattern. If you want to put a bigger button, so I have 5 stitches on each side for the button, you can add more. So if you added 4 stitches, it would put 2 more here and 2 more on this side. You would just make your buttonhole a little bit bigger. If you want, I have tried this on. It's snug, it's not tight, but it's definitely fitted to my neck. If you want to make it bigger, you can definitely add more stitches for this part here. You just want to add them in multiples of 4 because that's going to keep your pattern intact. If you don't want this pattern and you want to do like a solid one, you could do that. All you would do is instead of doing your chains, so instead of 2 doubles, 2 chains, you would just do double all the way across. And when you get to here, same thing, these 2 chains would just be doubles into this one. And then you would do, let's see, instead of chaining 5 to come over, you would chain 3, do those, and you could fill in all those spaces. And then from there, if you are doing a solid piece, you could actually find granny square patterns and put lots of different, do like the space and solids, different patterns for that. Now another thing, where's my yarn? My yarn is, a couple stitches came out, but it's at the corner here. What I might do is detach this, weave it in, attach the yarn here, and I might just single crochet around just the collar piece, and that is going to give this more of a clean, crisp edge. I could do it from here, just reattach, go around, but then I would have to go all the way around this too, and I'm not sure I want to make that bigger, but you could too. It would go all the way around. And then you could also do like a scalloped edge, make it look a little more lacy. I would probably go across with 1 row of just single crochet to kind of strengthen this, and then do your scalloped edge back over. You could detach this and attach it here and do scallop all the way around that if you wanted to. You could also, you could make this quite a bit bigger. I mean, you could make this whole thing quite big. I mean, you can make this a full thing like this if you wanted to. You'd definitely want to make it wider. Add a few more stitches in there if you're gonna make it really big. But you could leave out the buttonhole, just make it a solid piece, and then use a pin, like a pretty decorative pin or something there. But yeah, let me trim this, weave in the ends, and then I think I'm gonna pick up here and I will single crochet just around the fold over piece. And I'll weave those ends in, and then I will be back to show you the finished product. So I'm just picking up whichever thread is on the outside. I'll stitch one there.